Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any class session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
evening all. Guys, kindly confirm, is my voice audible?
Yes, Shushmita, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the confirmation. So I hope you all doing well. So students will start for the day. So Janvi ma'am, you can take over the class.
Okay. So I believe I'm clearly audible, guys.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, and my screen is visible to you?
Yes, now it is visible.
Okay, fine. So yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Ankita. Okay, so let's get started. Let me just quickly revise. Just give me a minute. Let us just quickly revise what we covered yesterday. So yesterday we had created this project one file in which we started with the basic introduction to Power BI. Then we had seen the important KPIs that is present in HR analytics. So we are working on HR analytics data. So we had discussed few verticals and KPIs for the same. Then we had discussed the phases of any project. After discussing the phases of project, we worked on the first three phases, that is understanding the data. So we understood the data set available with us. We have HR data set, which is having almost 50K records. It's divided into two particular files, that is HR1, HR2, and these both are Excel file. So our data source is Excel, right? Once we did this, then understanding the data phase, the next phase is to prepare the data. So using Power Query Editor, we prepared the data. We did some transformations and we prepared the data, which was raw, clean the data, and this is how we had prepared the data. And we had added one important change, that is attrition. In attrition, originally in the data set, we had yes, no data values. We converted this yes to 1 and no to 0 so that we can find out rate, right? So this changes we did while preparing our data. We discarded all unwanted rows and columns. Then we had checked the data formats, and then we had included one new column that is called salary status. So based on the range of salary, we divided the salary of an employee. Based on that, we divided the employees in three categories, that is low salary, moderate salary, and high salaried. Correct? So these are the two important fields that we added yesterday, which we are going to use today for our analysis, further analysis, right? So this was our phase one. This was our phase two. Once we had prepared the data, Then we were in phase 3, in which we did data modeling. Data modeling is a process in which you combine or you set the relationship between two tables at a time so that you can use the fields across multiple tables for your analysis, right? So using the common field, that is employee number and employee ID, these were the common fields. Using this common field, we created the relationship between the two tables, HR1 and HR2, and the cardinality, the type of relationship between them is 1-to-1. So each and every employee in the demography is related to each and every employee in the stats, right? So type of relationship is 1-to-1 between these two particular data sets. So we did this much of work, right? Today we are going to continue further. So what would be the agenda of today's session? First of all, we will start with basic visuals, how to create basic visuals, how to do formatting of the visuals, right? Then how to create, or I will introduce you to the decks, how to write decks as per your requirement. So first of all, we will see this simple basic things, right? So we will take use cases, and based on that we will do this. Then we have been given the KPIs and the visuals that we have to create. That is the problem statement. So based on the problem statement given to us, we will work on all the KPIs, and we will today try to create all the visuals and report and KPIs, right? We will try to create this. Okay. So this is our agenda. So let us get started. So the data that we have is employee demo. If you want to see the data, this is the 3 options available. So you can see your data at 3 different levels, at different views. So first is your report view. So in this view, you can see the visuals. This is the data view. So here you can see the preview of the data, and this is the model view. So here you can see the preview of your model. We are going to work in the report view. This space is called your canvas. On the canvas, you're going to plug multiple visuals. This is called a page. One page can hold multiple visuals. Such multiple pages you can create, up to 255 pages you can create. So this pages together is called a Power BI report, which is your project. The extension, file extension of Power BI report is .pbix. It's .pbix. Okay. So these are called pages, and multiple pages together is called a report. So how you can create the visual? So on your view pane, you're able to see view pane is what? The panes that are available for you to customize your visual. Okay. So for example, this is the data pane. You are able to see the data pane. For now, you don't need filter pane. You can just turn off the filter pane. So while customizing the visual, you might want to have the data pane and format pane, right? So turn this on, data pane and the format pane. Okay, data pane and format pane. Using the data pane, you can build a visual. Using the format pane, you can format, customize the visuals, page, canvas further. Okay, so let us just view our data very quickly. So here, for example, you have salary status, monthly income, job, monthly rate, employee's ID. And in this employee demo, you have this attrition rate, business travel, daily rate, right? So what we will do is, first of all, we just want to do understanding of our data, right? So we want to find out, for example, how many employees are traveling rarely, are not traveling, or traveling very frequently. So we want to count the number of employees that are traveling frequently, not traveling, and traveling rarely, right? So this is our general report. Right? We are going to insert a bar chart. So here on the insert tab, you have all the elements that you can insert on your page. Okay. So first of all, let us customize this page. So this is the information about the page. Name of the page, type of the page can be standard, tooltip, and drill through page. We will understand that first of all, this is a standard page. If you want to add some predefined size, right? So these are predefined size, 16 by 9 pixel, 4 by 3, later, tooltip, custom. So these are the sizes. If you want your own custom size, so if your stakeholder has already told you that your report or page size should be this by this pixel, then you can click on this custom and you can set the height and width of the pixel. I'll keep the default one, that is 16 by 9. You can set the alignment. So I'll keep the middle aligned. Then this is the canvas background. If you at all want to set some background for your canvas. So for example, let us set just this light blue background and decrease the transparency. So we are able to see the background of the canvas. Even if you want to add some image in the canvas background, you can click on this browse, and whatever image you want to add, you can add, right, that image in your background. Got it? So because you have set the color, right, and image with is fill, see, you are able to see the image, right? So whatever you want to set in the background, you can set it here. Okay, we don't want to set the image. I'll set the background color, right, and will decrease, and we'll just adjust the transparency. So this is the canvas background. If you even want to set a wallpaper, so this is the area that will cover the behind part of your canvas, right? So it will just look like this. I don't want to set any color for the wallpaper, so I'll not use any color. Similarly, as your canvas background, here also you can set the color and the image. Okay, so this setting is for your background. Okay, once you have set this, now you want to insert your visual. Okay, so let us insert a visual. So these are the visuals that you can insert. These are bar and column charts. So you can use any of this as per your requirement. Then we have this line chart, waterfall, funnel chart, pie charts, interactive maps as well, gauge, KPI cards, slicers. We will understand this as well. For making the report like visuals, you have this table and matrix, and these are few advanced visuals. Okay, so when you want to compare a category for a particular numeric field, so here we want to compare the number of employees who are traveling, non-traveling, frequently traveling. So traveling, not traveling, frequently traveling are categories, categorical field, and count of employee is numeric field. So you want to compare a categorical field, right? So bar and column charts are the best visuals that you can select for the purpose. So we will first use this stack column chart. So you will get this type of visual. Here on the x-axis, we are going to add the business travel, and on y-axis, we are going to add the employee number. But we will keep check that this is the count of employee number. So here we are able to see that almost all employees are equally distributed. Okay. So this small area which is coming up, this is called a tooltip, right? So this first column is non-travel 16,000, 16,900. Traveling frequently are 16,500 plus, and travel rarely are 16,400 plus, right? So this is how you can build a visual. Now let us just try to customize this visual a little bit. So to customize the visual, you can use the format pane. Size and style, you can adjust the height and width if at all specific height and width has been given to you, right? So you can adjust it from here. Got it? Then you want to set the background for this visual. So this is the background for the visual. I believe you are able to see the changes. Yeah. So this is setting the background of the visual. If you just turn off this, so there would be no background and it will take up the, it would be transparent, no background for the visual. Okay. This is the visual border. So previously the visual didn't had any border, but now if you want to add the visual border, you can add it from here. This is shadow. You can add a little bit of shadow as per your requirement to the visual. This is the title of the visual, right? So which says count of the employee number by business travel. Of course, we want to change this. So count of employee. So however you want to set it, right? Total employee. With respect to business travel, right? For example, I want to change the titles format. So I can change it by Times New Roman, bold, middle aligned. Then, for example, you want to change the background color. So maybe you want to keep this color, and text color you want to change it to white. So you can do this type of setting as well. So let us take a little bit darker color. Okay. So this is how you can edit your title. Editing in the x-axis and y-axis. So for example, x-axis, right? You want to set the color to black, bold. Let us just increase the size of this a little bit, and we will turn off the title of x-axis. Then formatting the y-axis, right? Here we want to just change the color of the sticks, right? Or if at all we don't want the y-axis, maybe because we will turn on the data labels. So we are just simply turning off the y-axis and we are turning on the data labels. So we are clearly getting the numbers, right? What you can do is you can just set the position of the data labels and everything from here, right? And let us do this and bold, and we will change this also to Times New Roman, and let us just increase the size a little bit. Even if you want to change the display units, right? The units is it is in terms of thousands, millions, billions. Even if you don't want any units, you want the number itself, right? You can do that, right? Something like this. So you can do that, but having something in terms of units makes more sense because it makes it more readable. Got it? So you can do this, right? We have set the display units to thousands, right? So this is how you can customize your visual. So here we are able to see clearly that non-travel is the highest bar, followed by travel frequently, followed by traveling rarely. So most of the employees are not traveling, but there is no major difference between this, right? There is no major difference between this. So this is how you can customize your visual. This is one of the visual. Okay. This is simply your bar chart. Let us see one more visual. So now we are going to see how many male and female do we have. So the percentage of male and female employees, right? So we might want to see the diversity, how much we are inclusive in terms of gender. So diversity in terms of gender, right? So here, rather than having the columns, we want to see it in terms of percentage, right? So when you want to see something in terms of percentage, the what can I say? The proportion of something out of whole. When you want to see this proportion of something out of whole. So pie charts or donut charts are the best representations. Okay. So for example, we are taking the donut chart, right? The name donut because of the visual, how it looks like. It looks like donut. That's why the name. So now what we want to set, we want to see the percentage of male and female employees. So in the legend, we are going to use this employee gender, right? So we have female and male gender. And in the values, we are going to count the number of male and female. So here again, we are going to count the number of employees. So here we will make sure that the aggregation is count, right? You have to make sure the aggregation is count. And here you are easily able to visualize that male is 50%, female is 49%. So it's nicely diverse. Not much difference between the gender, male and female. So this particular chart is called your donut chart. In this Power BI, you have a very good feature that is called Format Painter. So for example, whatever formatting you have applied here, formatting in terms of the text and font and everything that you have used, formatting in terms of that. So whatever is available on this, you just want to copy paste the format, right? So what you can do, you can select the source, you can go to home page, click on Format Painter, and then you can, once you have this paintbrush like icon, cursor's icon, you can click and see the formatting is copy pasted. Okay. Here, because it was inside the darker color, you are able to see it clearly. Here, you are not able to see this. So maybe you want to change this, right? So what you can do, individually, whichever visual you select, you can format. So format pane is for that visual. So here you are selecting this particular visual, and here first change that we are going to do is in legend. This is called legend. So we are going to keep the legend, or let us just turn off the legend. We don't want the legends at all. So in the detail label, what we will do is we will take all labels, right? So male and this total number of males and the percentage as well, right? And the values, we are going to change the color so that we are able to see everything very clearly, right? So display units, we will keep it uniform. Here also we have two decimal, up to two decimal. Here also we will keep up to two decimal. We'll keep it uniform across everything. So here also percentage up to two decimals. Okay. So this is how you can have this. You are able to see the shadow copy pasted. This is also copy pasted. We just have to change the title. So we'll just write down, or we will change the title. So total employee with respect to gender, right? So female is 49%, male are 50.12 percentage. Okay. So this is the basic visual, right? Then what do we have? We are just creating the general report for our understanding, right? So next, what do we want to just find out? Now we want to find out that we had created something like this. In employee stats, we had created something like this, the salary status. So the employee having high, low, and moderate. See, this is also categorical, that is high, low, moderate. But there is a sense of hierarchy. Hierarchy means level. You are able to see high is greater than moderate, is greater than low. So there is some kind of level, hierarchy. So in this type of visuals, where you want to compare, but whatever you want to compare is having the hierarchical nature, hierarchical instinct in it. So the best visual that you can choose for this is a tree map. So let me just go to this. So here we have the tree maps, right? Next, here we have the tree map. So we are going to see how many employees are having high salary, low salary, moderate salary, like that. Okay. So let us take a tree map. And for this tree map, is some glitch, I believe. I'll take it again. Okay. So for this tree map. What is the category? Category is now in employee stats, and we had created yesterday something like salary status. So here, acha, not here. What just happened? Okay, salary status, and in values, again, we are going to use the number of employees. So we will make sure again that aggregation is count. So you are able to see that in pre-map, the employees having moderate salary is highest, followed by high, followed by low. So the employees having moderate salary are like between 50,000 to 1 lakh. We had taken up that particular range. So now further you want to customize this. So you already know this. You can select home format painter format. Okay. You further want to analyze or customize this. So here you have this moderate, high, low. You want to just change the colors, right? You can change it from here. For us, it's not very intuitive. So let it be. Okay. So we will keep the colors as it is for now. So then in data labels, right, what do you want? So again, you can set this data labels, right? Bold, you can just increase the size of the data labels, right? And in the values also, you can do the setting. This category label. This is category label and this is the value. Okay, so here also you can select this Arial, yeah, and you can just increase the, and yeah, that's it, right? So moderate, high, low. This many number of employees, right? So now I am repeating myself that whenever you have the categorical, see, this is also categorical, this is also categorical, this is also categorical. But as per our use cases, which scenario we want to add, right? As per our use cases, we are choosing different type of visuals. Okay, so that is what the work of data analyst is. So to correctly identify that my particular problem statement, I'm going to address this problem statement, and which particular visual or report will actually correctly highlight the data points that we want to reflect in our insights, right? So here we have used tree map. Again, we will just change this particular visual. So this is total employee. With respect to salary status. Okay. So this is your tree map. Okay. We don't have any geographic data kind, right? So for this, we will be unable to use these maps, right? So let it be. But for example, now see, you have something like the number of companies a particular employee has worked in, then whether he is doing the overtime or not, right? Then you have something like relationship satisfaction, then total working years, right? So now you want to just find out, right, that total working years. So year 1, 2, 3, and you have up to 40 years, right? So the people have total work experience almost 1 year to 40 year. Okay. So we want to analyze this with respect to total working years. But now understand that if we just analyze, let me show you so it would be more clear to you what I want to say. That if we just analyze this, right, that line chart we are going to take up. So in the line chart, maybe on x-axis, you add this total working years, right? And on x-axis, for example, you count employees, right? So you are able to see with respect to duration, right? So with respect to duration, this is how the pattern is. This is not very intuitive, right? So 40 employees, right? Almost 1,300 employees are working since 40 years, right? Almost 1,200 are working since 1 year. Not very intuitive. Yeah, this is not very intuitive, right? So maybe you want to do some kind of analysis where you can create the bins or buckets, right? You can create what? Bins or buckets. So range, something like that. Okay. So let us understand that. So when you want to create multi-sized bins, so we will go to total working years. Here there are 3 ellipses. Here you can see that you have the options, right? To like create hierarchy, new, delete from model, new group. Okay. So total working years ka, this is the bin. Okay. So this is the group type, which is of bin, size of the bin, right? So you can set the size of the bin or you can set the number of bins, how many bins you want. Or you can set the size, that what would be the size of one particular bin. So here by default, the bin size is 1. But for example, you just want to create the bin size of 10. So 1 to 10 years, 11 to 20 years, 21 to 30 years, 30 to 40 years, something like that, right? So we will keep the bin size as 10. So the name of the new group created is total working years, bins. Okay, and click on OK. Right. So visual clue is, yeah, here you are able to see the total working years bin. Okay. So in the data view, if you just see, right? So each and every work is divided into the 4 bins. 10 means 0 means 0 to 10 years. 10 means 0 to 9 years. 10 means 10 to 19. 20 means 20 to 29. 30 means 30 to 49. And 40 means 40 onwards. 40 to 49. Okay. So now this would be more intuitive for us to work upon. So again, we will go to the general report. And this time also, the bar chart will work best for us. So we will this time take this type of bar chart, right? And on the y-axis, we are going to insert the bins, and on the x-axis, again, we are going to insert the count of employee. So this is the output, right? So you are able to see this. You are able to see, acha, you should always check this, the aggregation is count. So you are able to see this is not sorted though. So now, for example, you want to sort your visual. This is yet another thing. Okay. This is sorted, but not with respect to this. This is sorted with respect to bin. So 40, 30, 20, 10, and 0. Okay. So now if you just do the format painting, you are able to see that in this 20 and 10 bin, right? Maximum number of almost same, right? So we have most of the employees who are working since 10 to 30 years, right? We have most of the employees in this range. Okay. So this is how you can enhance the insightfulness of your visuals by creating the groups, right? So such one group we have created using bins. So what we are going to do is, let us format the title for this as well. So total employees. With respect to total working years, we'll keep bins, right? So we remember that this is about bins. Okay. So this is yet another visual that this particular thing, again, this was not available. Total working years bin was not available already. But during our analysis, we needed this particular column. So in the Power BI desktop itself, we created this new column. Okay. So like this, guys, you can just create. This is with respect to all total number of employees with respect to business travel, salary status, total working years, gender. So this is all about total employees count, right? Count of total employees, right? So let me know if there are any thing that there's something you want to understand. So I can give you quick 5 minutes to just go through everything. And if you want me to ask anything regarding this 4 basic visuals that we have created, you can ask, right? Then I'll take up the next set of visuals. Okay, quick 5 minutes, guys. And please kindly give me confirmations from your end. You're able to understand or not? You're following? You can put your queries in the chat box, guys. Okay, so I believe everything is going good. You don't have any queries. So let us continue further. Okay, so this is general report. So general employee report, we will just right. Now on page 2, we will keep few more relevant visuals together. So now we want to create the report, right? That we have this type of demography as well. So the number of employees that are working, right? So let us just open this. Number of employees that are working in a particular department, there are from a particular education field, right? How much satisfied they are, not satisfied, right? So we want to just create a small quick report based on the department, their cultural satisfaction, then their job satisfaction, right? Then we will take up, I'll just show you. So cultural satisfaction, job satisfaction, and work-life balance rating, right? So we are going to take up that with respect to department, and we are going to create a report. So when you want to create the reports, right? So tabular reports, so you might use this table or matrix. So we will take this up. In the rows, we want the department. You can even search here. So we have all the departments available here. And in the values, we are going to add environment satisfaction, right? Then we are going to add job satisfaction. And then we are going to add from employee stats, work-life balance. Okay. So this is the rating. Here you are able to see what has been done. Sum, right? So sum of environment satisfaction that was given, sum of job satisfaction, and sum of this work-life balance rating. We don't want sum. We want what is the average. So here we are going to change the aggregation to average, right? So we are able to see in hardware, the average environment satisfaction is 2.48, right? Something like that. Similarly, we will see what is the average job satisfaction. So we'll change it. And what is the average work-life balance? Satisfaction, of course. So here also we will change to average. Here we don't want to count the total number of employees, of course. So we want to find out the average rating that has been given, right? So this is how you can create a small report. But here you are able to see that, just give me 1 minute, huh? Just give me 1 minute. My mouse has stopped working. I'll just fix it very quickly. Yeah, fine. So yeah, what we have done is we have created a small report, right? So let us format this. This is a small report that we have created. Let us format this particular report a little bit. So this is the this is the formatting of this particular table, right? So what do we want? We want to have the horizontal grids on, right? Vertical grid lines on, and we will change the color to this. Let us use this blue color, right? And vertical grids also, we will use this blue color, right? So horizontal, vertical grids we have set. We will also include the borders to the whole table. Got it? Then what we are going to do is overall, we will just increase the size, and let us just change the okay. So because this is a report, we'll just increase the right. We will just increase the size and font size and type of font available, right? And for example, here we just want to change this environment, average of environment satisfaction like this, right? So we want to change the headers. What we will do is, we'll go to this, right click, rename this for visual. So we will rename it, right? So this is average environment satisfaction. Then rename. This is average job say space satisfaction. Here, rename this field work-life balance. So average work-life balance rating. Got it? So you are able to see this. These are the headers. So we will just increase the, or let us change the color of the headers. So column headers and row headers, we will change the text color, right? We'll increase the size and bold, right? So this is how you can create a small report. Okay. Then for example, in the values and all, you want to set the alignment and everything you can do. But what we want to do here, we just want to highlight. Here we want to highlight, or here we want to highlight, right? So we want to apply the conditional formatting in short. So to make this more intuitive, right, we are going to apply the conditional formatting in this. So for this, again, select this. Then in cell element, right, we are going to apply the conditional formatting in environment satisfaction. So select environment satisfaction. We want to just apply the background color formatting, right? So you are able to see the one which is highest is in the darkest color, followed by other. So now it's more intuitive, more insightful. You're easily able to identify that sales department ka environment satisfaction is highest compared to others. Okay. So you can apply conditional formatting like this, right? So if you just click on this f of x, you can further set everything. So for example, you want to just change the color, right? You want to add some middle color as well. So maybe light is this, moderate is this, and darkest is this. Here it's not very intuitive, but I'm just showing you this. So style of the format is gradient, right? Values only. You don't want to apply it to the total. You want to apply it only to the values. And which should be the base field. So based on which field, using which field you should set this. So of course, average environment satisfaction, summarization is average. You can use this and click on OK. So you are able to see this more colors, right? Here it's almost same. So you might not want to incorporate this many colors, right? So we will not use this theme, of course, but just for demo purpose, I showed you. So what we will do is we will not keep the middle color, and we will keep this type of, let us choose the lighter color for this. So this is the lightest color and not very dark shade. Okay. So click on OK. So we are able to just highlight this, set the average environment satisfaction is highest in sales. Similarly, you can apply this for job satisfaction, work-life balance as well. Okay. So here, I'll just apply the conditional formatting in each. So job satisfaction also. For example, you want to set the font color. Chalo, let us use one more thing, that is font color. So font color, so darkest means highest, right? So now you might want to use different colors. Right, so you are able to see the conditional formatting being applied with respect to font color. Okay, you can do that as well. Okay, so yes, font color. Then you can also include the data bars. So these are the data bars, not very intuitive here because all the bars are of equal size. So not very intuitive, you must not use it. So to make it uniform, what we are going to do is we will add background color here as well. And we will add the background color in this as well. So we are easily able to now identify, this is more insightful. Okay, environment satisfaction highest is in sale. Then job satisfaction is almost same in research and development, and this is in work-life balance, right? But overall, if you just see overall, this is 2.5, this is 2.49, this is 2.50. So people are not very much satisfied. HR is able to just identify that throughout all department, people are very much not satisfied with the environment or job, or even they are not able to do work-life balance. Okay, so you can just create this type of reports as well. Okay, so this is how we can apply the conditional formatting. Okay, now for example, this is like overall view, higher view of each and every department. Selecting a particular department, you want to just go deep down. You want details about this HR department, that how many employees are working in HR department, then how many male and female are working in HR department, then what is the average environment satisfaction or job satisfaction or work life balance. You want to do something like this. So what is my uh, use case is, what is our use case for a particular department, this particular list of department. I want to further dig down. I want to see the further details of particular department. So what we can do is we can use the feature called drill up, drill down, drill through. Okay, so let us just take a look on this particular features. Okay, so what's next time? So this is general report. So this is general employee report, and this is general departmental report. Okay, so GNERL. Okay, so fine. Let us now just use the department wise analysis. So here we are going to use what? Let us use a bar chart. And first, total number of employees working in each department. So here we want department and employee count. So number of employees working. And this is the count of employees. Sounds good. Okay. Again, we want to just copy paste the formatting. Format painter, we will go here and click on the format. So we have the formatting. So almost all departments have equal number of employees. So again, let us change the title. So total employee by department. So number of employees in each and every department. Okay, so this is the department wise total number of employees. This is the general report that we have. And now I select any of the department, I should be able to just dig down further into the department. So this is my general departmental report and this is my detailed departmental report. So here in this report, what I'm going to use is this multi-row card. And in this, I'm going to add the departments. Right? And in each department, I want to see the further statistics, right? So maybe I want to see the number of attrition, right? So sum of attrition, number of employees that left, right? That is called attrition. Then maybe I want to see that what is the average income. So we will not use hourly or daily rate. Rather, we will see the monthly rate, monthly income, right? But not sum. We will see average. Then what else we want to see, right? So we want to see that average years at this particular company. Then we want to see the education field, nahi, gender, male, female, right? What is the gender, right? So gender we already have. So let us not keep gender. What else we can use? Daily rate, department, distance, not intuitive, education field, environmental, marital status we can keep. How many married, right? So we'll keep the count. So maybe then we will have to include that. So let it be marital status को भी हम अलग से बनाएंगे. ठीक है? Job involvement. So average job involvement. Then we might want to see statistics like number of years, number of companies worked, right? Then we might want to see that average years kitna hai for a particular employee and years with current manager. So department wise, we want to see this many details. Okay. Now, whatever we want to add, we have already added. So department wise, we have added, but this is not sum of attrition. Sum of attrition. So we will just average attrition rate, right? Average years, average, right? Average is the central tendency, guys. So you always want to measure the central tendency, right? So central tendency gives you an idea about the general behavior, right? So general behavior you can get using central tendency. So you can use average, median, mode, like that. Okay. So this is average of attrition. So this is average of monthly rate. You can just change the field values. You already know now. Rename this field values. Okay. So I'm not going to make any changes further. Okay. So this is how your report will look like. Fine. So now what do we want? We want to see this type of summary. We want to see this type of summary for the selected visual, right? So if we select hardware, so we want to see the detailed report of the hardware. Okay. Something like that we want. See, it's not, you can use multi-row card. You can use this. Yeah. So you can use the visual of your choice. Even once you have created the visual, and if you want to change, you can change it. Okay. But I believe this is more intuitive. So we will keep multi-row card only. Okay. So now we have added whatever we wanted. And now what we are going to do, that this particular page is going to be our drill through page. So you have to just select the page and change the type of the page. So this page is going to be our drill through page. And you want to come to this particular page, right? By drilling through what? So when we select the department, so particular department, we want to drill and come to this. Okay, so here you are able to see the arrow. And here, if you just click on this, right, hover over there and drill through detailed department. So here, for example, I'm at HR, drill through and click. So you are able to see the details about the HR, right? You can go back using this arrow. Now I want to see the details about the support, drill through. So I'm able to see the details about the support. Go back. Now, for example, I want to see the details about the software. So we can click, and this is the detailed report about the software. Okay. So this is how you can, because we have many, let us just average years at the company, monthly income. It's then what do we have this monthly income average isko nikal dete hain, right? Okay, fine. So this is like fine. So for a software, average attrition rate is almost 50%. The number of employees are working, average is 10 years, right? Average number of companies this particular employee has worked with is 4 company, and he is working with this particular manager. On an average, they are working since 5.8 years, right? So this type of reports you can dig down. So this option is called your drill through. Okay, this option is called your drill through option. Okay. Next, let us understand about drill up and drill down. Drill up, drill down mode. Yeah. So now, for example, you are taking the pie chart, and in this, you are going to take department, and in the values, you're going to take the further insights with respect to gender, as I told you, department may gender. Then in the department, for example, based on education, then maybe we want to just check the number of employees working, right? So we can just take up this employee number ka count. And again, we will copy paste the format. Okay. And we will just change the all labels, and because of color, we are not able to see. So we will keep this, and we will just turn off the legends because we have everything on the data label. Correct. So total employee, again, we will just change this to total employee. Okay, now you have to see this. So now this is total employee by department. I want to dig down this further. So I will use this drill mode. Total employee by department. Next level. So total employee by. So let us change this. We'll just keep total value, total employee. Okay, that would be more more intuitive. Okay, so this is the total employee, total employees with respect to department. So in this department, these are this many employees in the same space. Now, if you just drill down, so you are able to see total employee, male and female. If you drill down further, total employee in each and every education, right? If you further drill down, right, so you are at the lowest level, right? So for example, yeah, you are able to see that. Then for example, you want to drill down further like this, that in sales department, how many male and female are working, right? So you'll just click on this, you'll hover over and click on drill down. So in sale, out of 16%, how many male and female are, right? In male, out of this 50%, you further drill down. So what is the education rise segregation, right? You are able to see that. Okay. So this is your drill up, drill down mode. Then once you have created this button will remain here. So you can, in the same space, drill a particular category further down, right? You can see a particular category at different levels as per your requirement. Okay, so I believe I am clear up to this. Yeah, so this is how you can use the basic features. Here we have applied. Let me just do the quick summary. Here, these are different visuals. As per your use cases, you're going to use the visual. Then we saw the formatting, basic formatting of the visuals. Then we saw how to do conditional formatting to make your visual more insightful. How to do conditional formatting. So in the table, we did conditional formatting. Then further digging down, right, we can apply drill up, down, drill through mode. How to do that? So we saw that. Okay, these three features. Also, how to create the bins, groups. We saw that as well. Okay, so this way you can make your report or you can make your visual more insightful. Okay, next, these were the general summary reports with respect to employee, with respect to department. Now coming to the problem statement. Our problem statement is we want to find out the employee retention and turnover. So what can be the KPIs? So these are the 8 KPIs that we want to work on. Okay. For this, we are going to create the text and visuals as per the requirement. So employee turnover rate, first KPI that has been given to us is employee turnover rate. So it is useful for us to monitor how many employee currently exist. So what we are going to use, we are going to use the attrition, right? In this, we have this attrition, right? So in attrition, we have something like this. Yes is 1, no is 0. And now we want to find out total attrition rate. So what do we want? we want the number of employees that are gone already. Divide by total number of employees. So we already know that are almost 50K employees, total employees, right? And out of this 50K, how many employees are already gone, right? So we want to find out something like this. This is called attrition rate. Okay. So for this, we will have to do, we already have this 10. So we can do sum of attrition rate. Sum of attrition rate will do what? Sum of attrition. It will do what? It will count all these things. It will do sum. So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this will be done. And then the we will count all the records. So this will give us the total attrition rate. From this total attrition rate, we will be able to find out how many employees, what is the rate of attrition, okay, good or bad it is. So for that, what we can do is, on your home tab, right, you have all the options to insert new value, insert new fields, few more elements, and you want to traverse to the Power Query editor, you have that. Okay. But on the modeling, you have those options like you want to create the new measure, you want to create the new column, you want to create the new table. So as per your requirement, you want to create new value or column or table, you can use these options. Okay. So this is our new KPI. So we want to create a new measure. We'll click on this new measure. Right? What will be the name of this measure? I'll just increase the font size so you'll be able to see this, right? So let us give intuitive name. So employee turnover rate. So EMP turnover rate, which is equal to, we are going to use the function that is called divide. In the numerator, what do we want? We want the sum of attrition, comma, in the denominator, we want to count, right? So you can use count A, you can use count. So count of attrition, you can use count as well because it is already a numeric field, right? And in place of null, you can keep 0, right? So this is how you can find out, right? The same formula that I showed you in the writing. So this is employee turnover rate, right? So this is created, you are able to see here. Now, for example, you want to see the rate. So now these are the KPIs. And we want to plug this in the card. So insert, and we are going to use a card. And in this, we are going to use this employee turnover rate. So you are able to see 50%. The turnover rate is 50%. Okay. Which is very high. Okay. So this is turnover rate. So this is card. Here also what we will see, what we'll do is we'll just include the visual border. And again, this we will just change this, that this is overall turnover rate, right? Then we want to see department wise what is the turnover rate. So what we are going to do is we will include this on y-axis, we will include the department. And now in the values, we are going to use employee turnover rate. So, right? Because this is a rate, it is showing like this, right? So what you can do is, let us just do the formatting a little bit. Format painter. Okay. Now what do you want to do, right? That you want to just format this visual. So this is your turnover rate. Okay. So almost the turnover rate is similar. In hardware, the turnover rate is 0.49. Else, everywhere it is similar, almost similar. Got it? Guys, let me know. Are we clear up to this? Hello, hello. Are we clear up to this? Can you give confirmation from your end, guys? Yeah? You're able to understand? Okay, nice. Okay, so this is your turnover rate. Nice. Okay. Thanks, Joshi, Seraj, Lakshmi, Vidya for confirmation. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Okay. So this is the turnover rate, and further you can use it like this. Okay. So you are able to see the turnover rate is very high and across each department. So the particular department is not the problem. Maybe this is the problem, right? So here we are able to see that the environment satisfaction, job satisfaction, work-life balance is very low, right? So that might be affecting this might be the root cause, right? So we can analyze something like that as well. Okay. So this is your turnover rate. Now, for example, new hire turnover rate, right? So we want to just find out that we are hiring new employees and they are living at what rate in the first year only, right? So how effective our hire is, right? How effectively we are hiring the resource, right? So you can just find out this new hire turnover rate, right? So this is overall. Which fields we are going to use? Let us check this. So here you have this attrition rate, that is fine. You have department, that is fine. You can use attrition rate, of course. But do we have something like the employees working with this particular company since how many years? So yes, we have that option. So years at company. Kidhar gaya? Yeah. Years at company. So employee is working with this company since how many years? So few employees are, yes, working since 1 year. So few employees are working since 40 years in this company, right? So now we want to find out the attrition rate, but only where this years at company is 1. Okay, only where this year at company is 1. So what we can do? So again, we are going to create a new KPI. Okay. So on the modeling, you can click on new measure. So the name of this measure, new hire turnover rate. Okay, so we will again keep some intuitive name. So new hire turnover rate. So what we are going to use is calculate what will be your expression. So we are going to calculate again the sum of attrition divide by count of attrition, and we will keep 0. This much is also fine. Okay. right? So this is our attrition. We don't want to have this overall. We only want where the year at company is equal to 1. So filter, we are applying the filter, and only for this filtered record, you find this attrition rate. Okay. So this is the new higher attrition rate. And now let us check how good or bad is this. So again, we will take up a new and again new hire. This is almost the same, right? So this is also the matter of concern that the new hire turnover rate is also almost same. So the new hires that we are hiring, right? And they are living almost 50% of new hires are leaving the company in the first year itself. So this is also a matter of concern. Okay. So we are able to identify the causes, right? And let us now dig this down further, that is it same for each and every department? So is department hindering this, or what is the cause? So let us just copy paste this, Control C, Control V. And here, instead of this, we'll take up new hire turnover rate. Yes. So the research and development is highest in turnover, as well as within 1 year, just give me a minute. Within 1 year, 50% attrition. That is also higher in research and development. Now let us check what is the research and development environment satisfaction 2.5 low, job satisfaction 2.5 low, work life balance 2.5 low. Got it? So we are somehow able to find out. So comparatively support first year attrition rate is less, right? So this is your attrition rate, new hire attrition rate, right? And average attrition, right? Average attrition rate for all departments, right? So this is overall attrition rate, right? Now, what is the average attrition for department wise? So let us do that as well. Okay. I believe this is done. Yeah, average attrition rate for all departments. So yeah, guys, we have already done this. This. Third KPI is this. This is the first KPI, turnover rate, right? And this is department wise. Yeah. Okay. So let us work on the next one. That is average hourly rate of male research scientist. This is we have kept just to make decks more understandable, right? So you don't have to do like average hourly rate for male research scientists. It's not a specific KPI. But we have kept this to just showcase you how to just write down the decks. So what do you want? You want first average hourly rate. So do we have average hourly rate? Yes, of course. We have the average hourly rate. Right. Average hourly rate is present in the employee demo. This is our average hourly rate for male. So particularly for male. So gender also has to be male. And the male has to be research scientist, right? So in education you don't have research scientist, right? So what it is about, so it is about department. So in department, do we have this research scientist? In department also we don't have. So education field, research scientist, education, research scientist is not in education. It is not in this field as well. Let us just find out where it is. We don't have this research. Acha, this job title, job role may we have this research scientist. Okay. So specifically research scientist. First what we have to do, average hourly rate. So hourly rate has to be average for male and for research scientists. So to filter we are going to apply, an aggregation has to be done with respect to average. So let us do that. So let us do it here. Here we will showcase. On modeling, we are going to take a new measure. So let us just name it as KPI 3. We are going to use calculate. What do you want? You want average of what? So hourly rate, not overall average. You want to apply further two filters. So first filter is on gender. So gender has to be male, because it is a text, you have to enclose it in double quotes. Then there is one more filter, right? The filter is on job role. So job role has to be research scientist, scientist. Okay. So you have calculated. In the calculate function, you have given three arguments. First, what you want to calculate. So you want to calculate the average of hourly rate. If you don't use filter 1, filter 2, so it will give you the overall average. But you don't want to, you want average of male research scientist. SCIEN works. Okay, so this is the KPI 3. Okay, now let us just see this in the card. So this would be the KPI 3. Got it? So this is the average hourly rate for male research scientist. Again, this is KPI 3, fine. But here you want to just change or rename. So what we will do is, let us just copy paste this here. So this is average hourly rate for male research scientist, right? I'll just show you this KPI formula again, right? So go through this, just quick 1 or 2 minutes. And if you have any queries, you can ask me. Go through it. So these are decks, guys. Decks. What is decks? Okay, first you go through it. I'll explain. Okay. No queries from your end, guys? Let me know. Hello, everybody. Is it clear? Okay. Yes. Chalo. So whatever we are writing here, guys, so what we are using, let us just now see. DEX is a formula language, right? DEX is a formula language. Using DEX, what you can do? You can create new measures. So these are the new measures that we created. KPI 3, then new turnover rate, a new higher turnover, then employee turnover. KPIs, this formula were not available already. You had to write the formula to make it available for your analysis, right? So these are called measures. These values, single values, they're called measures. So using DEX, which is a formula language, you can create new measures. You can even create new columns. You can create new tables. So the measures, columns, or tables that are not already available, using DEX, you can use. What is included in DEX? So in DEX, in this formula language, you can use functions. So average is a function, calculate is a function, sum is a function, divide is a function. So you can use functions. You can use values, static values. So you used this as well, that this comparison, right? Gender has to be equal to male, job role has to be equal to research scientist, then years at company has to be equal to 1. So what are this? These are values. And this formula language can use operators. So operators are like comparison operators. You want to compare two things, whether it is greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. These are comparison operators, right? You might use logical operators. So for example, there are multiple conditions. So this is greater than this and less than this. So you might use and, right? Greater than this or less than this. So you might use or. These are logical operators, right? So you can use mathematical operators. For example, you can do plus, minus, multiplication, division, right? Basic mathematical operators. So DEX is a formula language which includes functions, values, and operators to create new measures, columns, and tables, which are not already available in your data, but are required for the analysis. I believe we are clear with DEX, guys. Let me know. Hello. Give me quick confirmation, guys. Give me quick confirmation from your end. You might be under impression that DEX is difficult, DEX is complicated, but DEX is very simple. DEX is just functions, values, and operators. There are almost 180 plus functions, but only 10 to 15 functions are used on daily basis, right? You have to remember this 10 to 15 functions. Values, you know, what are values? So values are values, text or numbers. So if they are text, you have to remember that you have to enclose it within double quotes. If it is not text, you have to not enclose it within the double quotes, right? What are operators? So you are using operators since long. You know operators. These are the basic operators across all the tools. These are going to be the basic operators, right? So Next is a formula language which uses functions, values, and operators, using which you can create new measures, columns, or tables for your analysis. So I believe we are clear, guys. Everybody. So this is it. we are going to work upon few of the more visuals. These are now not KPIs, these are visuals. So we are going to work on few visuals. So we will continue tomorrow. And then we are going to plug all these things on a dashboard like page. We'll keep buttons, we will keep the slicers, and we will try to create an interactive dashboard out of the analysis that we did today. Okay, so I'm here. Whatever you want to ask me, you want me to address, you can quickly drop your queries in the chat box. Hello guys. I'm not able to see any queries in the chat box. We don't have any queries to be addressed. Okay, Vidya, thanks for the confirmation.
Students, any queries, just reply on our chat, so I will help you out. I'm sharing our attendance link. Kindly mark your attendance. If you're done with an attendance, then you can drop the session. As today we have done with the session. So kindly mark your attendance and you can drop the session. If you don't have any query, if you have a query, just ask me out. I will reply for it. I hope there are no queries to ask. I cannot see any messages. So fine, if there is no queries, we'll wind up for the day. We'll again meet by tomorrow. Thank you all. Good night. Take care.